Hey folks, Rich here at RCINFORMER. Thanks for checking out this video on the RealFlight 7. I'll try and be as brief as I can, but the RealFlight 7 simulator, there's so much to this thing. I've been using RealFlights for years to practice new maneuvers with and so forth. But guys, this is good for everybody. If you're a beginner, you need one of these. It really lets you kind of experiment, fly different kinds of models, crash different models, and you just press the red reset button on the transmitter and you just go fly again. Now, not only is it good for beginners and people like me, who want to, really practice new maneuvers or fly new airplanes and things. You can fly this when there's bad weather, guys. So really, you can fly RC now 24/7 with the advent of RealFlight. Now, to give you a quick overview, guys, a lot of features on this. One of the coolest things that RealFlight has is a reset button. You can press it once and go back to the runway if you have a crash, or you can hold it, press it and hold it, and it'll actually rewind your flight. So you can actually go back to the point before you crashed and continue on. Lots of different camera angles. Now there's challenges. You get to fly through pylons and stuff. You can do combat with other people, even multiplayer online. Fly seaplanes off of water. Fly at nighttime. Lots and lots of features to this thing. You can edit aircraft parameters, guys. Just outstanding rendering. The older sims with the old without rendering. You can see the difference between the newer ones. The airplanes just look real with textures and everything. Tons of flying sites are included with the sim, including some photo fields. You can make your own fields. I know my 8-year-old, he's gone in there and he's made all kinds of crazy scenery for some of the fields. Heads-up displays you can activate. Again, multiplayer, so you can fly against other players online. And some of the newest things with the RealFlight 7 simulator are the challenge levels themselves. So there's balloon bursts, so you fly through rings, guys. You do limbo, spot landings, all kinds of even helicopter events. Just lots and lots of stuff that you can do with this. It's really just great, just such a great training tool. And it's something that you can fly, even when the weather's bad. Anyway, folks, let's take a look inside the box and take a look at what comes inside. Here's a quick look at everything that comes out of the box. Keep in mind, this is the full InterLink version of the RealFlight Sim, which comes with the Futaba InterLink radio. That's only used for flying the simulator through your computer. It's not a real radio, it's just for the simulator. There are 3 other versions of this simulator. There is a tactic version that you can get that's a few dollars more, but it comes with a real tactic radio instead that plugs into your computer. You fly it with that, but you can also use that out at the field, so it's a real radio included. There's also the interface version, which has basically no radio, but it has a cable box type thing, and you can plug in your own radio of almost any brand and fly the simulator with your radio. And that's a few dollars less, so it's a good way to go with that. And then there's the software upgrade version, which comes with just the disc, and that lets you upgrade your RealFlight 6 because the RealFlight 7 and 6 controller are basically the same controllers. Now, in addition to the InterLink controller, which I'm going to be showing you in this review, you also have the disc that's included, and you also have a set of cables here, guys. Now, what this is for is this is for plugging into the back of the InterLink radio, and this goes into your other, if you have another radio, you can plug it in through this, or add this adapter and plug it in through this, and basically have 2 radios plugged in together, and you can tandem fly together, 2 of you, on the computer. So what a fantastic setup. And commonly, one thing that's left out here is the little ratcheting bracket. So if you, the throttle comes default with a very smooth throttle, but if you're an airplane guy and you like that ratchet, they give you the ratchet so you can open the back of your radio. Just install this and get your ratcheted throttle back. Now, 2 items to note on this, or a couple items to note really, is you want to be very careful not to lose your serial numbers that are on the back here and here. They are unique to the radio and to the disc. So if you lose those, you might have a hard time, registering your thing online. So you want to make sure you either write those down, keep these, don't throw them out, hang on to them, because that's how you register it and get any kind of warranty support and everything. Inside is your disc right here that you're going to put in the computer, and you can see the instruction manual. It has a whole bunch of keyboard mapping stuff, just a quick reference guide to everything, but essentially it shows you how to install this, which is really a no-brainer. Step 1, put your disc in. Step 2, launch RealFlight, plug in your transmitter, right here into your computer, and then just follow the on-screen prompts, and this whole thing will just sort of set itself up. Just follow the prompts and it'll set you up with automatic updates. Futaba, or I should say RealFlight, is always coming out with updates and new programs and things, and new airplanes and new flying sites that you can use with the RealFlight, and this thing will automatically update. Now that we've seen what comes in the box, let's take a closer look at the InterLink controller. Very nice gimbals all set up. Everything works nice and smooth. Of course, digital trims all the way around for all your channels. Up at the top here, you've got 3 switches and a knob. Depending on what you're flying, this upper right switch is for channel 7, smoke, retracts, or a throttle hold switch. This little knob here is used for gain, flaps, or just another channel 6 function. For example, the Hawker jump jet, the Harrier jump jet, this is used to control the Pegasus nozzles, so you can hover and fly in forward flight, so really neat there. Also up front here, on the left side here, dual rate switch, up and down. It can also be assigned other functions too. The channel 8 is a mode switch or an idle up as well. So real nice high quality Futaba switches all the way around. One of the neatest features is down here on the front panel here. There's a reset button we talked about a little earlier. This is the greatest thing. If you have a crash, you press your button one time and it fixes the airplane and puts it right back on the runway. Wouldn't that be nice if we could do that in the real world? So it really lets you just reset and then just start flying again in the event of a crash. Also, it is a rewind. So if you have a crash, let's say you're on final, you're landing, it's perfect, but you have a crash, you want to try it again, you can press the reset button and just hold it. And what that'll do is rewind from the crash. It'll fix the airplane, rewind it back to a point before you crashed, and as soon as you release it, it'll start flying again. So you can sort of redo the maneuver that you might have messed up instead of starting back on the runway again. These controls right here let you select menus, okay, from the top of your menu select instead of using your mouse. Lets you select them. You activate your menu with this button, you scroll up and down with this one, and then you select what you want with that. And if you want to cancel something, you just press the cancel button. So really the whole transmitter was designed to control everything from here, so you really don't need to use your mouse. Now that we've seen everything that comes out of the box, seen what everything does, let's take a look at how this looks on the computer screen after everything's installed. Alright guys, here's what the RealFlight simulator screen looks like once you get everything all set up. I have the Carl Henson field set up here, and I'm using a Harrier jet just because this is one of the more unique planes out here. And it really helps you, it really shows what the physics on this simulator are like. At the top you have lots of menus and things, but I thought I would start off with sort of something fun to show you. Now once you put your disk in, install everything, and again just follow the on-screen menus, it's sort of a no-brainer. This is the screen where you go to and you can kind of do everything from here. Now I went ahead and set it up again with the jump jet here. I got the nozzles pointing down, and I'm going to just show you what this thing is like when you hover it, just to show you something really neat. Now this thing operates just the way a jump jet would, or really the way a helicopter would fly. And you can see from sort of this hover demo here that I'm actually flying real time while I'm talking here. The physics are just incredible. I'll go ahead and put the landing gear up. You can see the gear coming up, but you can just see the reality and the realism of the physics of this thing. It's just so impressive, the performance and the attention to detail and the controllability you have of these airplanes on this simulator. The shadows, the sunlight, the texturing, it's just really phenomenal how all this stuff works on this. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the landing gear down now, and I'll go ahead and bring it in and land it here very carefully, and show you a few more things with it. Now one of the nicest features of the RealFlight 7 is the reset button, and what it does is it lets you reset a crash. Now I switched over to an Easy Sport 40, which is a good general flying airplane, to show you what a crash looks like. Now I'm going to dive this thing into the ground and really wreck it. Alright, I destroyed that thing. All you have to do is press the reset button and you are back on the runway again. So instantly guys, there's a tremendous amount of savings to this sim. You can crash it repeatedly, press that reset button. You can make mistakes with this simulator and just start all over again, which is why it's excellent for beginners. So you can really just practice all kinds of flying with it. Now, the reset button also acts as a rewind function. So let's say we're out on final and we're doing a nice approach to landing. We're real happy with how everything's turning out. Only at the last minute you make a mistake, okay, and you break the plane. All you have to do is press and hold the reset button. It'll fix the airplane and then rewind it. And all you have to do is release the button to before where you had the accident, and you can start from where you left off. Now you can continue the same maneuver that you were working on, only this time hopefully be successful with it. And you can see here, I'm just going to land this right in front of us on the runway. Anyway, as you can see, the benefits of this simulator are just tremendous. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other features and functions of this simulator. To give everyone an overview of all of the features in this simulator, I thought I would start with the menus here. It's very comprehensive, so you know, again, I could spend all day showing you guys this, but I'm going to try and just show you the main items. Now you can see the menu here at the top, and the simulation menu lets you go into the physics, failures of items, you know, engine failures and things, so you can program a lot of stuff into this, scenarios and things. Then you have your aircraft menu where you can select all different kinds of aircraft. Your environment where you can select all different kinds of like sun, inclination and azimuth, thermals, the wind speed, direction, turbulence, all that stuff. Different flying sites and facilities. Then here's the challenges. It lets you pick some of the different events and things you can do, like flying through pylons, and the grappling event where you pick up things with your helicopter. And then over here to gadgets, navigation guides, binoculars, overheads, multiplayer stuff, all kinds of things. And then here's the multiplayer menu to set up all the multiplayer playing online. Recordings lets you record the actual action that you do and then play it back later. And then training, there's a whole bunch of training, flight instruction and just training modes you could select. And then the view, there's different scenery that you can add, clouds and terrain and trees, different effects, trails, all different kinds of camera positions, zooms, camera type, chase plane, cockpit, you name it, guys. It goes on and on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off at the very beginning with the aircraft menu. As we look at the aircraft menu, you can see that there's so many different airplanes to choose from, and you click on select aircraft up here and it takes you to this window that I'm going to move here a little bit closer, and you can see all the planes that you could choose from. Now starting at the top, you have custom aircraft that you know, if you modify or change an airplane to your liking, or helicopter, which I did one here, it'll put it in the custom aircraft menu. But the RealFlight 7 menu right here, you expand and you can see that you can pick all different kinds of airplanes, and then as I widen this out a little bit, you can see you can sort of adjust the parameters. So anything from a Wright Flyer, Apache helicopter, an airboat, AJ Slick, an Albatross, T6 Texan, the list goes on and on. So the amount of airplanes, here's a Bulldog, the amount of airplanes that you'll get to fly, the amount of helicopters and quadcopters you'll get to fly, it's just tremendous, all the different things. Here's a Ryan Stinson, you name it, it's in here. A Yak 54, the Ultra Sport that we saw before, a Twin Star, airplanes, helicopters, Yak 54, you name it, it's in there. And then down here you could select different objects and things, different color patterns that you want to change. You could change to red and yellow if you like that color pattern better. But for the most part, as you can see, lots of different airplanes that you could choose from, and you can also make changes to them. Now, in addition to the RealFlight 7 airplanes, you also have all these RealFlight add-ons, volume 1 through 5, that you can download for free. Just go to RealFlight.com and they're all in there. So the Lear Jet, the Easy Sport, the Bonanza, you name it, Patriot that we, which is an older airplane. But all these are free. Now you can buy mega packs and expansion packs and so forth for the simulator, but these are free, available at RealFlight.com. So all you have to do is go there and pick what you want. Now as soon as you select an airplane, it will automatically appear right there. And you can see I've got an F-15 on the runway, and you're ready to go fly it. Now moving on to the environment menu, this lets you select all kinds of airports. It also lets you adjust the sun and azimuth, thermals, wind speed and direction, turbulence, and really anything you want. Now once you select the airports menu, you can see right here, I'll bring it into sight for you. There are so many different menus and environments and different fields you can go to. Grass flatlands, Lake Douglas, sod farm, you name it. There's all kinds of stuff. Now the Sierra Nevada menu has junkyards and castles and carnivals at nighttime, an observatory, you name it. There's all kinds of stuff. Now, in addition to the fields that again come with RealFlight 7, and in addition to buying extra packs, again, here's RealFlight volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again, free at RealFlight.com. You can go there and check those out. Here's a football stadium that you can load up and fly at. So again, guys, so many different environments that you can load up and you can go fly at these places. Now, depending on how complex the place is, it sometimes takes longer to load up. So if I pick here Junkyard, for example, there's so much stuff that this thing needs to load up that sometimes it takes a while to load all these things up. But you can see here I got a pretty fast processor on my computer, and you can see it came up pretty quick. But you can see the level of detail to everything. I'll go ahead and take off, and you can just kind of get a feel for the environment that it is. And there's just so much detail to everything in all of these different areas that you can fly in. One of the newest additions to RealFlight is the challenges level, and if you click on here, select challenge, you can see all the different challenges that there are. And starting off here at the top, you got air race, balloon burst, grapple, limbo, and I'll scroll on down a little more. There's a ring race, spot landing contest, and then there's some that are locked that you have to achieve a certain amount on the first one in order to get to them. Limbo 2, Air Race 2, and some of these other levels. Now, just to give you kind of an idea of what some of these things look like, I'll click on Air Race here for you, and I'll click, say, Level 2, for example. I've already done some of these. And then I'll click on Fly and let this thing go ahead and load up, and we'll get an idea of what you're supposed to do. You click on Begin, and they constantly get harder and harder. So for this particular one, you actually take off, and you actually fly through these pylons here. And you see, once you go through them, it'll beep, and then you go to the other pylon, which in this case is actually at the other end of the field. And you can see I'm going to try to get through those, and you see I made it through those pylons. Now it says here, congratulations. It tells me what my score is and my time, so it actually rates you against other flyers. This gets harder and harder as you go on to the next levels. Here's a quick look at the balloon event, and you can see there's balloons floating out there that you got to catch. Now I'm going to reset and start this and show you what it looks like. All right, you can see I'll take off, and the objective here is to hit these balloons here at the end. And the more balloons you hit, the higher your score is. And there's all different types of balloon events. You go after sometimes for timing, sometimes you go after the amount of balloons that you hit. But you know, not only are these different events fun, but they also really kind of build your skill. So you can practice doing some of these things inverted, try and snap these things while you're upside down. And overall, it's just, like I said, a lot of fun, and it really builds your skill level quite a bit. One of the more challenging events is the grapple event, where you take this helicopter and you flip this switch to activate the grappler at the bottom of the wire, and you go and pick up objects with it. And the idea is to take them over to wherever the target is, and when you get over the target, just flip your switch again and try and drop it off in the center there. This is really challenging, guys, and this one is actually a sort of a timed event, and you've got a bunch of objects all the way around here, guys. Like here's a bicycle, and that's something that you know, you pick that up too as well. And you got to try and do it without destroying your helicopter. It's more challenging than it looks. It's fun, but I tell you what, guys, this thing really builds your skill level up like you wouldn't believe. And it really teaches you how to really fly your helicopter very precisely. It's just a great learning tool. Now here's the ring race event, guys, and this one is pretty self-explanatory. You basically just fly through all these rings, and you get points for doing it, and you get timed and everything else. So they have little targets there for guidance, and it's just really a fun event. Again, it really builds your skill, and just gives you just another fun facet of RealFlight. Now here's one that's just outstanding for beginners and really everybody alike, but this is a spot landing contest, and as soon as you take off, it tells you it's time to land. And you can see here in the center of the field, there's actually a red dot just appeared where I took off from. So the idea is to land on the spot that you took off from, and you'll see that outlined in red. So let's see how well I can do here. All right, dead on, guys. This again, what a great skill builder. All right, guys, just to summarize this challenges level: the air racing, balloon burst, grapple, limbo, ring race, spot landing, and then all the advanced unlocked ones. This is one of the best features of this whole new simulator, because it really, each one increases and gets more and more difficult as you progress to the next level, and it gets more and more challenging, and it really is just a tremendous skill booster for just flying RC, all RC in general. Now the fifth tab across the top is the Gadgets tab. Now if you click on that, it's got all these different, you can select nav guides, radio, binocular, overhead, timer, all kinds of different things. But instead of selecting that, you just press the number key. So you press number 1, it gives you nav guides, which gives you airspeed, altitude, fuel, RPM, all kinds of stuff. The second one is just a display of the transmitter, so you can see what the sticks are doing and what the buttons and knobs are doing kind of as you're flying the airplane. Number 3 is a binocular view, and I'll click that again. It disappears when you're close, but it reappears as you're far away, so you can see the orientation of your plane. Then there's a viewport, which just gives you another view of the airplane. You can change those angles. A variometer here, guys, which gives you altitude, rate of climb, and altitude. 5 opens up the multiplayer window, so you can name yourself as a multiplayer and go play with that. The next one here is an overhead view, so it gives you a real-time sort of moving map, and you can take this thing and make it wider as well, so you can sort of move it around, and you can see I can make it nice and big. So as the airplane moves around, you can see that you can see the moving map and kind of see where everything is. So again, just another nice feature, just another one of the many windows that you can open up in this thing, and you can position these things really anywhere that you want. Now in addition, let's see, I already did that tab. There's also a stopwatch there. There's also heads-up display information, so you can see now if I fly the airplane, I've got all this heads-up information, and you can change your views and all that, so it gives you altitude, airspeed, and everything right on screen. So obviously, folks, you can see all the capability that this thing has. You can just sort of get kind of overrun with all these different displays that you can put up. But they're easy to press the number key: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and 9 and 0, and it gets rid of all the displays. So really, you have a lot of options in the Gadgets menu. The 6th tab up is the multiplayer tab, and what it is you create a profile. You go ahead and log on and get online, and you fly with other flyers, guys. It's really cool. Here is some clips. Here's a few clips that I did earlier where I was doing some 3D with this guy named Steve, and I was flying a Harrier jet. There was another guy flying a helicopter around. So you can go fly with other flyers, guys, from all over the world, and it's just really the multiplayer features on this simulator are just phenomenal. Now the 7th tab across the top here is the recording menu. And what you can do is you can click on recording, and you can start recording stuff. So, and you can use R to start or stop. So right now I got the record on. I can record any kind of flying that I do. I can plan on doing something and say, hey, I want to record what I'm doing, the flying I'm doing today. And then you can go ahead and review it later. So here I just took off, flew around and crashed. And what you can do is go to recording, click R to stop it again. And then when you go to recordings, it will let you open up a recording. So you look at the ones that you did. Here's the next star one that I just did. Let's click on that and see what it does. And it says there, I'm RCINFORMER, and it'll go ahead and play back just what I did, guys. You can see it's just me flying the airplane. And up in the upper left-hand corner, just like a VCR, you can pause it or stop it, start it, and review it and do really whatever you want with it. But it's a pretty neat feature. Again, lets you record the action. Now the next tab up is the training tab, and this is one of the best tabs on here as well. There's a takeoff and landing trainer, helicopter, a hover, auto rotation, orientation training, but I think the best part is the virtual flight instruction. This is going to be the most useful for everybody. You can see here there's airplanes and helicopters, and there's Frank Knoll, Jason Knoll, and a whole bunch of other champion pilots. Tells you how many times and events that these guys have won, but they give you real world instruction and tips on how to do certain maneuvers. And they recorded them all with their voice narrating and as they did it, just like we saw in the prior recording section. So maneuvers like the avalanche, Cuban 8, Harrier, inverted spin, waterfall, you name it, the wall, they're all here, and you got championship pilots here to teach you this stuff. So let's take a look at Frank Knoll teaching us how to do a knife edge.
This is called the knife edge. The airplane is flying around in normal upright flight right now. Okay, knife edge means flying on its side and using the rudder as your elevator and your elevator as your rudder as far as directional stability. You roll the airplane a knife edge, you add full rudder, and then you use the elevator to steer it around. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and push a little down the elevator and move it, turn it around, and we'll come back around this direction and fly back to us again. Now it's still perfectly flat on its side, so you get it in lined up here. We'll bring it back around and head down the runway. Okay, that's a knife edge. That's a knife edge there also. So now we're on the other side of the airplane. So I'm at full, almost full rudder to be able to hold it in knife edge here. Now you can adjust this for your personal preference to fly where you want. See, the airplane's coming at you. Okay, and you hold just enough rudder to keep it flying straight and level. And then when you roll out, you got to remember to take the rudder out. Okay. Now the easiest way to enter it, and we'll come back here, I'll do one coming at us so that we can see it. Okay, in this case I'm going to roll to the left and I'm going to add right rudder. Okay, and hold it there. Okay, and then roll back out and take the rudder back out. Because what happens if you don't ease these in and out, like the rudder and the elevator, if you don't put them back in, you end up getting this, you get a lot of this wobbles around stuff. You know, the airplane doesn't look right. So a real easy way to remember to do this is just enter everything really, really smooth. Okay, and I'm going to add just a little bit of aileron and a little bit of rudder so that when it gets to knife edge, all the rudder is into it. And we'll take it back out and do the other side also. Okay, now when you're flying a knife edge, just keep in mind that the easiest thing to remember too is that your inputs, whichever way you happen to roll, you're going to go opposite direction with the rudder. Now again, this is only for when you're flying from upright to knife edge. Like for instance, I'm going to be going to right aileron and I want to go left rudder there. Okay. In this case here, I'm going to come back, I'm going to go left aileron and right rudder. See, there's the left aileron and now you're adding right rudder. So it's a real easy way to remember as far as the enter. You're always going to be going opposite rudder to whichever direction you roll the ailerons. Okay, now when you enter this thing from inverted, it's exactly the opposite. See, now I'm upside down. This is going to be where it's going to probably get a little confusing. You roll left and you add left rudder, okay? You roll to the right and you add right rudder. And that's only when you only do this is whenever you're flying, you're entering it from inverted. Okay, so now I'm rolling to the right and I'm adding right rudder. And then we'll go back to inverted. I'm rolling to left and adding left rudder. Yeah.
All right, guys, as you can see, Frank Knoll really teaches you how to do this and gives you some really good tips and tricks. And as you can see over here on the left, you can scroll, fast forward, stop, pause at any point you want as he's teaching you these maneuvers. But definitely having these championship pilots teaching you this stuff is just a tremendous training tool. The second to last tab at the top here is the Views tab, and this lets you change the scenery, clouds, trees, terrain detail. You can turn on and turn off, adding a sky grid, for example. Here, I'll put one in there. It grids the sky so for training purposes, so you can practice things. And then camera types, camera positions, all kinds of things. So you can put this in a nose view where you're looking out the front. Here you can see that grid that I just put there. You can also see different angles like the chase plane view. So this will actually follow your airplane. So as you're flying your plane, it'll stay behind. This is the chase plane view. So again, lots of options and features on this thing. All different views. Zoom in, for example. You can zoom out. And there's also keys associated with this, like plus and minus and so forth. So there's head tracking on and off, because normally the camera, as you play the simulator, it tracks the airplane. So again, folks, so much stuff that you can do in this tab, in the Views tab. Now the last tab is the Help tab, and that gives you guidance on going to the different websites, RealFlight, Knife Edge Software, GreatPlanes, and also gives you some help with the tactic radio and radio interference, all kinds of help and stuff about the licensing. So just a little more info there to get you going. Now lastly, guys, I'm going to go to the first tab, which is actually the Simulation tab. And the reason I'm going to show you that is because there's some interesting things here. You can select scenarios or manage scenarios. You can cause engine failures, frequency failures, setup failures. There's all kinds of things. You can adjust the physics of the simulator. There's just so much you can do here. Now I'm going to select a scenario to sort of close this thing out with. There's blimp scenarios, joyride scenarios, all kinds of things, guys. End of days, dynamic soaring, drone patrol with Predator-style drones, Reaper drones. But one thing I thought was kind of neat, just kind of funny, is they have this bowling scenario that I thought I would select because it's just kind of funny. It just shows you kind of the ridiculous and the crazy things that you can do with this thing. You'll see as this thing loads up, this is a bowling scenario that they have rigged up. And what it is it looks like a whole bunch of GreatPlanes or Hobbico employees at the end, and you get to sort of bowl them down with an airplane. Now, again, lots of different things you can do with this. I don't know why you'd want to do that to the Hobbico and GreatPlanes people, because they usually give us a pretty good customer service. But anyway, folks, as you can see from the RealFlight simulator, there's just so much that you can do with this thing. You can constantly keep loading up new airplanes and new things that you can do with it. RealFlight is also always putting out new fields, new airplanes, and things that you can download for free, in addition to the ones that you can buy. So, but anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys checking out this video. The RealFlight Simulator 7 is just awesome because it's an outstanding training tool, and it's not only great for training, but it's fun to fly too. It gives you all kinds of things you can do, and while you're having fun, you actually are really learning and getting better. Anyway, folks, thanks for checking out RC Informer. Thanks for watching this video, and as always, we'll see you next time.